Hey everybody, Livingston here. Today we're jumping into the Twilight Zone once again, and this time it's episode 19, The Purple Testament. Came out February 11th, 1960. Haven't seen this one. Let's jump in. This is a dimension of imagination. This is a dimension which we call
Twilight Zone.
Held down. Explosion. It's like we're in war. Which war is it? I'm going to say it's World War II. CP, Company A, HDQTS.
Infantry Platoon, U.S. Army, Philippine Islands, 1945.
That's the end of World War II. We get close to it.
As if some omniscient painter had mixed it.
Definitely shot on a set. You can tell in the background. It's like a backdrop, not really the actual sky.
And these are the faces of war.
The faces of war. That's a face.
Ain't it a crummy night? We got the bridge, whatever they wanted it for.
So that's Dick York. If you don't know who Dick York is, he was on Bewitched. He played Darren. He's the first Darren.
Sergeant, who'd we lose? Lots of wounded. 4 dead. All right, Sergeant, put them down. Make sure they got hot coffee and a meal. If they're not hungry, eat anyway. Yes, sir. First platoon, chow down!
Food time! What's for dinner? I'd be hungry, for sure, after a long day's work. It's either that or I'm super thirsty. Typically, I'm super thirsty, and then after my showers when I get real hungry.
Now, it's not exactly bottled in bond, but you'd be surprised what it does to a man's outlook. Come on.
All right, sounds good to me. I like booze.
Bad day, huh, Fitz?
The worst.
12 wounded, 4 dead.
Anything special about the 4?
Always. It's a heck of a way to put it.
Lost 8 and 10. You seem to be taking this a little harder than usual.
These 4 men were all under 21. Does it have to be more special than that?
But this has gotten to you, Fitz, more than I've ever seen.
Me too.
You're a perceptive man, Phil. It's the mark of a good officer, and to ward off trouble by anticipating.
Yeah?
You're a good officer, you got guts and brains. But something has gotten to you. I told you I'd like to know what it is.
Yeah, me too. Got a paper with all the 4 guys' names on them?
Hibbard, Horton, Morgan, Levy.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to know what's gotten into me, Phil?
I wrote those before.
I wrote those names down yesterday.
Yep, I knew it.
I wrote them down before we went up, and those 4 men.
What? Here's a little more truth juice. That'll make it tuck. It's too much to bear.
Feel better?
Not really.
I looked into 44 faces yesterday morning, and when I got to those 4, there was something special, a light or something that I can't describe it to you.
Pretty sure we'll see it, though, later on. Someone else's face.
I knew they were going to get it. There wasn't any doubt about it.
It's funny, that's real funny.
Sort of the lottery numbers. That's what I'd be asking. I mean, it sucks to be able to see
It's the way it's going to be.
who is going to die before they actually die on the battlefield. It'd make you want to go out of your way to try to save those people, but wondering if that your input into their destiny would have any sort of change. I don't know.
Yesterday morning, I swear to you, I wrote those names down yesterday.
So how will this end? Would he look in the mirror and see his face glow and he's like, ah crap, today's my day?
I looked up his records. He's never been wounded. Seems like a pretty steady customer. No evidence of battle fatigue or anything at any time. But I think we better put him in and run some checks.
I'd appreciate you taking a look at him. He's a good man.
So if you take him to a hospital, is he going to see all the faces of the people who are going to die?
No, I didn't know.
He's up in the ward visiting one of the boys from his platoon.
I'm fine, Lieutenant.
Porky got a little piece of shrapnel in his finger.
This is a lucky kid.
You're not doing too bad. You get that all patched up, you'll be going home.
No, thank you, sir.
It'll make you feel better. Cigarettes are good for you, says the doctors in the 1950s and 60s.
You got stuff to read?
All I need.
Just a couple Playboys. When Playboy came out.
Goodbye, Smitty.
Uh-oh, he's gonna die. And I was wrong. They weren't reading Playboy in 1945. Playboy came out in 53.
Here, Alfred.
But I'm sure they were reading something. Maybe they were watching, Betty Page clips. If you know who Betty Page is, she's one of the first pinup models back in the 40s. He didn't make it.
He's dead.
I know. Well, that sucks.
Fitz?
Yeah? What is it, Dick York?
I was up seeing Smitty.
Yeah, I know. I read his tag. Doc said he's gonna be okay.
No, he isn't.
He died.
I took a look at his face, and I knew. And a minute later, he's gone.
Same thing.
Same thing. Funny light or whatever it is. And I knew, Phil, I knew. I don't want you to explain it. How can you explain it?
Yeah, I'd have trouble too.
I just want you to believe it, Captain. That's all I want from you.
Maybe I do. I think Captain does, but
And I knew he was gonna die because I read it on his face.
On back up. I'll be right there.
it's like poker. You can see death in your face.
This is a lousy dog-faced line officer who can see death on people's face.
You're a dog-faced line officer.
Dogface. Boy, I didn't know how old that phrase was until I hear it in a Twilight Zone episode based in the 40s. Who said dog-face pony soldier within the last couple of years in the public eye? I'll let you figure that one out.
While you're waiting, scratching. You might put tape over my eyes or do something I won't be able to see.
Yeah, blind me so I can go home.
I don't want to look into your face.
Wear sunglasses. Maybe the light will be dim. I don't know. Who's next to die?
At this point to the east, so that we should be able to move across the bridge against only small arms fire.
Only. Still bad enough to kill you.
Make sure that each man has a belt, 5 grenades, 6 ammo clips.
Sounds like enough.
No backpacks.
Well, it's easier on my back.
Evan?
Yeah?
You still want my platoon to take the point?
I think that
Uh-oh. You're next.
What's the matter, Fitz?
Your face lit up. You gonna die.
Fitz, you think you're well enough to take the platoon?
Captain, you better not go.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
Why, Fitz?
It's on your face, too. If you go, you won't be coming back.
We'll talk about it when we get back. We'll have a drink to it. Now that's it, Fitz. I'll see you at the trucks.
Captain, you won't be drinking to anything.
To be dead. Well, at least he's laid it all on the line. Yeah, just stay back. One mission. I guess he knows and he's just going to accept it. That sucks. I mean, guess he's a good soldier, but sometimes you wonder why. I think World War II might have been the last war that made any sense to me because you had some egomaniacal maniac who's just out there just destroying lives left and right, and he needed to be stopped for sure. If wars were fought by the people who started them, less people would really die. Do you see any faces that'll light up?
All right, Sergeant, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go!
Get down. Yeah, I'd definitely be taking cover. They're on the move.
Okay, first platoon, fall in.
So who lived and who died?
Conley?
Here.
Delgado?
Here.
Oh, Vance? There. Gabrowski?
Here.
He accepted. That sucks.
I just thought I'd drop around and congratulate you boys on the good job you did.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir. We lost a lot of people, but whatever, right? Jeez.
Sniper fire, that's all you had, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Sniper fire.
Bad enough.
We lost one man.
The captain.
Well, that's a pity. He was a good man.
The best.
So much for Mrs. Riker's lovely wedding.
Yeah.
Man.
War stinks.
Yeah, it does.
Captain Gunther wants to see you.
Oh, great. I'm just kind of curious if...
Back to division?
Yeah, they want to look you over. Be a nice couple of weeks rest for you. So you better pack up your gear and take it with you.
Okay. Thank you, Captain.
I'm just curious if... Is he going to look in the mirror? Because I think there is a mirror right there. And as soon as he sees himself, he's going to see his face glow. Yeah, I kind of felt this was coming. So how's he going to die? I thought he's supposed to be going away.
Yes, that's my bag.
Can I put it in the Jeep for you, sir? Well, sir, we're ready anytime you are.
Tell him to go on without you. But then, does he die if he stays? So, really hard to say.
Sergeant, you're looking at the most careful driver in the United States Army.
Yeah, but does his face glow when he looks at his face? I mean, or does he not die if he hits a mine?
You got about a 4-hour ride ahead of us.
And his face glows.
Do we? I doubt it.
I'd get out of the Jeep. But he's just going to accept it too.
You play that pretty good.
Thanks, sir.
One hand.
It's a big harmonica. Uh-oh. Sounds like they died.
Thunder?
Maybe it was thunder, yeah. That's what it was, probably thunder.
That's what you hope it was.
From William Shakespeare, Richard III. A small excerpt. He has come to open the Purple Testament of bleeding war. Lieutenant Fitzgerald has found the Twilight Zone.
I think he's found death. Well, that was it. That was episode 19 of The Twilight Zone, The Purple Testament. I enjoyed that. I liked that Dick York decided to kind of just accept his fate and go to the battlefield knowing that he was probably going to die. In this, the captain, Dick York, decided to accept his fate, laid his life on the line, and ended up being the only one to die that day on that particular mission. Kind of sad. It really sucks for the character, but what I don't understand is why the main character decided to go on the Jeep ride when he knew that him and the driver were not going to make it to their destination. I don't understand that. I kind of wish that they would have said, hey, let's tempt fate. And I guess they did tempt fate. They decided to go on the trip. But why did they decide? They should have decided just to stick around and go, you know what? We're not going on this trip. We'll find an alternate route. We'll do something else instead of going on a road where people know that mines exist. It just seemed kind of weird to me that he just decided, screw it, I'm done, I'm going to go. It's almost like he just gave up. He gave up and didn't want to accept this newfound, actually it was kind of a power. He could have tried to save these people, and I guess he did try to save the captain, but when that didn't work, and I think he kind of knew that soldiers were going to go in regardless of what he said to him, he maybe just thought, what's the point, you know? But I like the episode. I'm not sure if it ranks in the top 5, which we will get to a top 5 countdown of the best episodes of the Twilight Zone Season 1 at the end of this season. So we're almost there. We're not quite there. I mean, we still got a little more than, less than half to go. So gonna be interesting because there's like 35, 36 episodes in one season. It's kind of crazy how long seasons were back then. Now you're lucky to get a 10 to 12 episode season when it comes to modern day television. Let's dive into some trivia and see how they got this episode off the ground. Rod Serling served in the U.S. Army's 511th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 11th Airborne Division during the liberation of the Philippines, where this episode is set. I didn't know Rod Serling served in the military. That's pretty cool. The night of the planned air date, a plane carrying Richard L. Bear and Richard Reynolds crashed in the Caribbean Sea, injuring both, though not seriously. It is believed that during their swim to land, they discussed the episode that night, and Bear requested Reynolds not to look at him. He later admitted that he commended Buck Houghton's decision to reschedule rather than use the incident for publicity. That's cool. You could have made a whole other episode based on what happened during the airing of that episode. So, the title is taken from Richard II, Act 3, Scene 3. He has come to open the Purple Testament of Bleeding War. However, Rod Serling incorrectly claims in his narration that the line comes from Richard III. What the hell, Serling? Dean Stockwell was the initial choice for Lieutenant Fitzgerald, but had to turn it down due to a schedule conflict. He eventually appeared in a Quality of Mercy 1961 episode of The Twilight Zone, which has a similar setting as well as another Shakespeare-based title. Now, if you don't know who Dean Stockwell is, Dean Stockwell actually died back in 2021. He played Rear Admiral Albert Al Kalavicki in Quantum Leap, but he was also in quite a few other things. He was in Dune, he was in Beverly Hills Cop 2, Married to the Mob, very good actor. It's kind of sad that he didn't show up in this episode, but we actually will be able to see him in a future Twilight Zone episode, so that's cool. Near the end, a wounded soldier playing harmonica. The tune is from Antonin Dvorak's Symphony No. 9 from the New World, second movement, a passage that is sometimes sung as Going Home. Riker, played by Dick York, says, "None of us is a mind reader." York later starred in A Penny for Your Thoughts, 1961, in which his character gains telepathy. So that's pretty cool. Well, that was it. That was episode 19. Let us know, comment below what you thought of this episode. I'd like to know your thoughts on it. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you later.